How's it, guys? So here we got a E30 325 IS replica. It's a nice car. The car came in about a month ago, and it's been standing for about 2 or 3 years at another dealership, where the car was put together, but the motor, gearbox, everything else was in. The car was starting but undrivable. The interior was a mess. And there was sound in the boot. There was a whole lot of other stuff done to the car. So after speaking to the customer and agreeing with him and showing him the other vehicles, we decided to go and get the car as close to an OEM IS as possible. So yet again, we're not buying everything brand new from BMW. We used a mixture of second-hand parts, obviously good second-hand parts, as well as new parts from BMW. But our goal here was to get the car drivable for him, where him and his son could bond in the car and use it on the weekend and so on like that. So everything in the car works. We've been through the electrical on the car, so everything was stripped out, and I will try and insert or tag photos in of how the interior was stripped out. The electrical was gone through, everything was done, so everything works now currently. Motor was built by Dino at Autosport, and I must actually give him credit to that it sounds like a very nice motor. The car is very powerful, so it is running on a management, but we are using a couple of dummies in the engine bay, of which I'll show you shortly. But the motor was built nice. You can hear it's a quiet motor, and it's a very strong motor, and yet it still needs further tuning. So that it will either go to Boetie Butler or Jose Matias, one of our preferred tuners. We'll see by next week. I might do video runs of that as well. So with regards to the interior, the door cards, you can see it's been recovered, but really done nicely. I won't lie to you, this is actually very nice for a recovered door card. The interior, we tried to get it as clean as possible, so we've opted for the car came in with a funny black carpet, so it was an aftermarket carpet that we didn't like, so we rather went for a second-hand grey carpet that's still going to get detailed out, but I think it looks better. I think it contrasts the seats much nicer. The seats, I know that the customer is going to do a seat change, so you'll have a look that there's one recliner panel that we didn't put in. That is because we are going to change seats over later on, but this is how the car looks now. So yes, the car is nice and drivable, everything is intact, everything works. The door rubbers, we've tried to maintain the original rubbers. We do know that they are very expensive from BMW, and the aftermarket ones I just don't like. We try to maintain everything and just try and restore what we can restore. I'm gonna show you the engine bay now. Okay, so with regards to the engine bay, we try to get it back to normal, back to original. Remember, it is a replica, it is built up, but we try to finish her off as good as possible, as OEM as possible. So what we've done here is we've powder coated basically a lot of the parts. So all the dresser parts, your tappet cover, your intake manifold, the bracket between the tappet cover and intake, the timing, the cam timing cover, the bracket there, the thermostat housings, I'll show you the alternator now that's also done up, the power steering pump that's done up. So they're all matching. The brake booster is done as well. Then we've plated whatever we could plate. The wiring, we've gone extensively through the wiring. We couldn't really strip this car out and build this car the way we normally do our builds, but I think she came out nice. So like we're saying that this is built for them personally. It's their personal touch to it. It's what they want, and they are extremely happy with it. So on the alternator side, you'll see here the thermostat housing is done. The only thing we don't really touch is the fuel pressure regulator, but here's a glimpse quickly of the alternator. So that's all matching. The engine brackets are all done. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go for a drive in the car, and you'll feel how it is. Remember that the car does need a dyno, so the owner will take it to either Boetie or Jose next week for a dyno, and then we'll get an update from there to see what power she makes. I'll actually like to know what power this car makes, because she is nice and strong. Okay, so here we're going. Let's pull out of the shop here quickly. As you can see, all the electronics work. We'll get the lights and fogs on now quickly. But remember, this car is running on a management, so we've had to tap into certain areas just to get everything to work in the car. And we had to get the car as quiet as possible for the owner to enjoy. So here we go. She is nice and drivable, although she needs a tune. She's just very rich, low down, and you'll actually smell her while she's idling. But it feels like she's running out of fuel higher up in the rev range as well. So with that 2.9 motor that we spoke about, you can feel that there is a heavy cam in the car. So I would assume it feels almost as if it's got a 288-degree cam in there. So they're going to fuel the car up correctly for that purpose. But the car is quiet. The only thing that I have noticed on this vehicle is that it's got a aftermarket wheel on it, and it's a big wheel, it's a heavy wheel. So I do feel for the E30 that the wheel is a bit heavy for it, and you'll actually feel it on the steering. So the customer has opted to go for an IS wheel later. Has opted to go for an IS wheel later, and I think that will make all the difference towards drivability and everything else. As for the motor, I'm actually excited to see what power the motor makes. So whether 288 cam or whether 2.9, it's got a 260 gearbox in it. It's running a power mounts management. The car came with that. We just basically rewired up neatly to it. So we've used the original harness. We've tapped into the harness. The computer box is sitting here underneath the kick panel. But we've got the car idling well. We've got the electronics working with the power mods, and that's another reason why I also love using the power mods. Yes, you don't get the same tone as the dictator management systems, but she's much more drivable. So yeah, feel her higher up. It feels like she's starving for fuel, but she's drivable. She's nice. You can enjoy her. And another thing is there's no rattles on the inside. We've got a lot of all of it. She's nice and quiet. You can enjoy her. Besides for the heavy wheel feel to the car, I think this is actually a nice car to drive. So Reese, well done on your car, happy driving, and I hope you enjoy what we've done so far. Thanks guys. One more thing, please like and subscribe, like our Facebook page, which is Radical Inc, and our YouTube channel is Radical Inc 4178. Please subscribe to it, please follow us, please give us feedback of what you guys think we should do further in our episodes, on our builds. Give us feedbacks on what else we need to do later, what you'd like to see, what content you'd like to see, where can we improve on. Please stay tuned for, there's a, sorry, I'm busy talking to you and I forgot to be the robot. Please stay tuned. The next video that we're going to put up, or a couple of videos later we're going to put up, will be a diamond black 325i 4-door. So it's a matching number vehicle, but the car came to us as a shell. So what we're going to do